Hello and welcome back on my YouTube channel. Today is 29th January 2020 and now it's time to reading the Hindu newspaper in our English newspaper session, and for this I am using the Delhi edition of this newspaper. So after that we will start from our front page. In the front page there are few newses like one news is Supreme Court quashes a year suspension of 12 Maharashtra BJP MLAs. So last year, Maharashtrian Assembly have suspended the 12 MLAs of BJP, but yesterday on the 20th January, Supreme Court has told that it was the beyond uh, right thing, like right rules, and it was not unconstitutional. So here, first I will quote that what Justice A.M. Khanvilkar, who is the Supreme Court's justice, what he have said that a suspension. Let's me choose a draw. A suspension beyond the reminder a period of the ongoing session would not only be grossly irrational measure but also violative of the basic democratic value owing to unessential deprivation of the member concerned, and more importantly the constituency would remain unrepresented in the assembly. So Justice A.M. Khan executed this in his verdict. And what was in this article, we will said illegal to suspend beyond session, because what they have did, they had suspended those uh, MLAs beyond when assemblies as session was not going on, so that's why it is illegal. He has said that illegal to suspend beyond a session, and government can manipulate numbers. After that, now we will read here. Supreme Court on Friday revoked. Revoke means they have taken back. They have taken back, or they have removed that. Supreme Court will revoke the 1 year suspension of 12 MLAs from the Maharashtra Assembly, calling it an irrational act that would impact and a democratic setup, leave constituency unprecedented, and help government on a thin majority manipulate numbers. It was also included in that verdict. The BJP legislature was suspended for a year for grossly disorderly conduct in the House during the monsoon session in 2021. So it all happened in 2021 during the monsoon session. A bench of Justice A.M. Khanvilkar and C.T. Ravi Kumar quashed the resolution of July 5 last year as unconstitutional and traversing beyond the power of the assembly. So it was unconstitutional. So in the eye of court, court said it was illegal to suspend a sitting legislature beyond the ongoing session. A suspension beyond the reminder period of ongoing session would not only be grossly irrational measure but also violative of the basic democratic values owing to unessential deprivation of the member concerned, and more importantly the constituency would remain unrepresented in the assembly. Justice Khanvilkar has observed it would also impact the democratic setup. It will rule by permitting a thin majority government, coalition government of the day to manipulate the number of the opposition party in the house in an undemocratic manner. He has said that. It was the glimpse of that article on the front page. Later we can read on the page number 8. After that, now we will go to the next article. We will choose an article from here. Or first, I will suggest we should start now. We can see here is the news about Omicron. So what is the news? Analysis of 20 deaths shows Omicron presence in all cases. So it has been observed that when 20 people who died, it has found that Omicron was present in all those cases. So now it has been found is the question about among us, does Omicron affecting people? Does Omicron affect people now or not? Because in news you can watch that cases of Omicron is very less, but it is happening because for finding the Omicron, we have to do genome sequencing. So now I will read this article and we will try to understand what is as written in this article. So 14 of them found positive with BA.2 subvariant. No cause for alarm, says doctor. So doctors have said that uh, they had analyzed 20 deaths and out of them 14 were uh, positive with BA.2 subvariant. This is the known variant's name, but it is no cause for tension, as the doctor said it. So now, an analysis of sample of 20 people who died due to COVID-related ailments between January 1 and 24 has said that all of them were infected with the Omicron variant, an official told are Hindu. So I've read about it that the analysis has been done between the 1 January to 24th January. Sample been found that they had taken the sample of 20 peoples, and in this 14 people have found that a study conducted by the Delhi government also revealed through the genome sequencing of the sample that 14 of those 20 people were carrying the BA.2 virus, a subvariant of Omicron. The Delhi government is investigating the severity and recovery among those found positive with a BA.2 subvariant, the sources said. So now Delhi government is investigating what is the severity and what is the recovery, who is affected from the Omicron variant. Sample of over 200 people who tested positive for COVID-19 before or after their death was sent for genome sequencing of the 20 result out so far, all are found to be infected with the Omicron variant. The result of the rest of the samples are awaited, the sources said. Among those 20 people, there could be some who were suffering from other diseases. They could have succumbed to other ailments and not to COVID-19, the sources said. So it is possible that the person who have died might be they are affected from other diseases also. Not necessary that those people have died were only affected by COVID. The government is also looking into how many of the total Omicron cases in Delhi are of K2 sublinguage. Sources said the BA.2 is more prevalent in India now as opposed in the BA.1 virus, according to the central government. Dr. Jugal Gusur, head of the community medicine department in Safdarjung Hospital, said that the doctor had initially come across the BA. Subvariant of Omicron and was considered a minor mutation of the same variant. He added that there was no need to worry. BA.2 was detected in the UK and was found to be slightly more transmissible, but its severity is the same as the BA.1. Such mutations are bound to happen, Dr. Kissoon said. He added that the Omicron variant found in the sample of the 20 disease does not make any more dangerous. Omicron is a dominating variant right now, so it is natural that it will reflect in the deaths too. Also, most of the deaths are due to comorbidities. He added. Cases for meanwhile, the test positivity Ratio of COVID-19 fell to 8.6 on Friday, down from 9.56 recorded a day earlier, according to a Delhi government bulletin. Number of new COVID-19 cases over last 24 hours decreased to 4,004 from 4,000 to 91 on Thursday. 25 new deaths were reported, according taking a total number 25,769 as per the bulletin. The total 5,420 hospital beds for COVID-19, 87% were reported vacant. So now we have read an article Hindu News from it was about the COVID cases in the Delhi. So now we will search another article, and now I will directly go to the editorial section, and then we will start reading editorial. So now we have come on the editorial. I will start from here. I will read this article. Okay. So I will for making that's June. I have zoomed that at the center. So I will read this article and I will make another video for reading this article. So just now I have some important work. So I will in the next 1 hour I will also read this article for you guys. So now let's start at the center. So it is the article which has been started from here. India must stay in step with the changes in the Central Asian region. So this article has been written after India had a meeting with Central Asian countries just 2 days ago with the leaders or the presidents of those 5 countries. As a joint statement in the end of Indian Central Asia Virtual Summit on Thursday, noted ties between India and the region have been historically close with civilization, cultural, trade, and people-to-people linkage. But the lack of access to land routes. So what there's the main problem that we are not connected to them with land. Situation in Afghanistan are among the biggest challenge. Hosted by Prime Minister Narendra Modi with the presidents of 5 Central Asian republics (CARs), it is their union. It was the first building on years of dialogue. The summit also came after the meeting of NSAs in Delhi, where they built on several common themes of concern and priority. To begin with, there is a problem of routing trade. A paltry $2 billion spent mostly on Kazakhstan's energy export to India. In comparison, China's CR trade figures have exceed 41 billion. So there is 39 billion different. They could double by 2030. Apart from the billions of dollars invested in the Belt and Road Initiative, with Pakistan denying India transit trade, New Delhi's other operation is to smoothen the road through Iran's Chahawar port, but that will involve greater investment in rail and road routes to Iran's northern boundaries with the CRs, something India is hesitant to do in the face of US sanctions. The third option is to use the Russia-Iran International North-South Transport Corridor via Bandar Abbas Port, but this is not fully operational. And at least 2 CRs of Pakistan, Turkmenistan, not members. India too has